Sure, my name's Melanie Cheney, and I'm the office manager for Missouri River Relief.
How long have you been working with Missouri River Relief?
I've been working with River Relief for over 10 years. I started as a volunteer, and then after a couple of years of doing that, I got hired on. So I've been working for River Relief for 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you interested in what Missouri River Relief is doing?
Well, what really got me started was just a group of friends that wanted to go out and do one of these river cleanups that Missouri River Relief was doing. So yeah, we just went out and volunteered for a river cleanup. And then I don't know if it was like they knew people, but we, I basically met all these great people that were really passionate about the Missouri River. I don't think I knew anything about the Missouri River at that point, but it was really these people, and they were camping after the event and just hanging out by the river, and so they were really cool, and I liked it, so I kept coming back.
Yeah, what does Missouri River Relief do for people who are unaware?
Sure, our mission is to connect people to the Missouri River, and we do that through a variety of ways now. Originally it was doing river cleanups, but we do it through river cleanups and education programs, and then recreational type activities like river races and canoes and kayaks and stuff like that. And then, other outreach events in the community. So yeah, any way we can kind of educate people about the river or get them on the river, whether it's a river cleanup or an educational boat ride, we're just all about, introducing that to people.
How long have you been interested in environmental issues?
How long? I guess, ever since I probably started going to college, or, was a young 20-something person. It's always been really important to me. I've always really enjoyed being outdoors, going to Earth Day and stuff like that. So, for, probably half my life.
Okay, cool. Where are you from?
Originally, I am from the state of California, Southern California, but moved here with my family when I was 11. We moved to Boonville, and then we moved to Columbia. So I've lived in Columbia for over half my life, and consider myself a Missourian.
What do you think the importance of what Missouri River Relief does is?
Just getting people to realize this amazing resource that runs through our backyard. People get their drinking water from this river. And so I feel like it's really important to care about the water quality of the water that you're drinking. And then, the impact that humans have on that water as well. It's much broader than just even our own health, but, the whole ecosystem's health. And so what we do definitely has an impact. And so just educating people about that. And a lot of people don't, realize this river exists in their own backyard, and what a great resource it is.
Yeah. What are some ways that you'd like to see people perhaps be more appreciative of the river and what we have?
Well, personally, I have this vendetta against plastic. After you go to a river cleanup and you pick up a million plastic bottles or plastic bags or plastic straws or styrofoam, which is the number one thing we find out there is all this single-use plastic crap. So I really, wanted to do more in that area. And I could definitely do more still. But that's one of the things that I feel I'm really passionate about when it comes to what do I want people to do to change their ways. And in addition, just educating people so that they can be advocates and, speak out or participate in the conversation about why it's important, talk to our legislators or talk to other people and kind of educate them about the issues. There's a lot more issues than just, solid waste. So, yeah, like getting people involved and wanting to kind of advocate for a better resource.
What are some ways that like interested people can get involved in helping?
Well, River Relief has a website, riverrelief.org, and people can sign up on our email list. So we send emails, maybe like 1 or 2 times a month, and that not only has like all of the events that people can get involved with, but we have like links to our Facebook page and stuff like that, and on our social media we really share a lot more like information as far as like articles coming out about the river or the current state of the river, like the fact that it's in flood stage and it's been in flood stage all year and why it's in flood stage. And then we have like educational speaker series every month on different topics. A lot of them are from scientists who are sharing their research. So there's a lot of different ways to kind of get involved, whether you just want to like learn more or you want to help volunteer and like help us put on an event. There's like a bunch of different ways you can just decide you want to be involved and come to a meeting. So we have crew meetings for our group of volunteers and get together and like talk about all the different events that are coming up. And then we do like even crew training. So we train a lot of our volunteers to drive boats or to be deckhands on our boats. And then also with our education program, we've been doing like a lot more educational type trainings as well on different ways to teach. We've had trainings on diversity and inclusion, first aid trainings. So there's like kind of a lot more involved. Like just depends on how involved you want to get.
How does like what you're able to do to help the river change based on like the season and like the winter versus summer and such?
Yeah, the spring and fall are definitely our busy times. That's when we do most of our events. The winter, we're not doing events, but we certainly stay really busy with just programming everything, getting our schedule and everything set up for the next year, doing our fundraising, kind of end of the year campaign. So like wintertime is actually one of my busiest seasons as the office manager, because I'm doing a lot of that kind of the end of the year wrap up and results and fundraising campaigns. And then the summertime is a little slower. We do, instead of like cleanups and education programs, we might participate in like more canoe races. But then summertime is sometimes just kind of our slower time. That's a nice time to kind of take a vacation. So we do have these like busy times, and then the summer is like a little slower.
Yeah. Are there any things that you're passionate about, or like what other things are you passionate about outside of helping the river and environmental issues?
I really like gardening and local food, that sort of thing. I personally love to go canoeing and paddling on the river and camping. Like that's my outside of work. Like if I wanted to just like relax or kind of get out of my head a little bit, just getting out in nature is really therapeutic for me. So whenever I can, I'm just like planning trips down to the Ozarks, or this year we went to Montana to the headwaters of the Missouri River. That was just like super eye-opening and beautiful and rejuvenating. So I like to be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you also like to be outside like as a kid and such? And if so, like do you think that contributed to like you ending up wanting to?
Oh yeah, for sure. As a kid growing up, I definitely did a lot of like outside stuff, like roller skating, bike riding, and then in California, you know, like everybody's got a swimming pool, so I love swimming. I really love swimming, so maybe that's my connection to water.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I do really love water, so.
So in like the day-to-day, like what do you do as the office manager?
Sure. Well, I pick up and process all the mail, like invoices, and so paying bills, and then also sending out invoices after we've done events, so we can, you know, get our donations and stuff like that. So kind of tracking the money side of things a lot, doing the books and QuickBooks. We do, you know, like we have staff meetings every week, and those oftentimes last like 3 hours because we have so much going on. It just takes like a really long time to talk it all through, on like what's coming up, what's going on, and yeah, but I keep track of a lot of the just like the administrative side of things, payroll, the books, stuff like that.
Was like that sort of job like what you saw yourself doing or wanted to do before, or is it like you fell into that position because like after you were sort of interested in Missouri River relief and such?
No, I definitely kind of morphed into this office manager position. Actually, I just created it like a year ago. We never had an official office manager. So I really got started just like wanting to help the organization, and that really just entailed doing a lot of event organizing. So when I came on, I just started helping whoever worked here at the time, which was just like 2 guys. I just started helping organize events or just doing like whatever I could, and some of that was like the administrative type of organizing, but yeah, I did a lot of event organizing. And part of that is just like, well, you know, like now it's like social media and archiving all the photos and doing some of the graphic design. I learned a lot of, like, basically taught myself graphic design working here. So actually, I still do a lot of that too with my current job. I do a lot of the social media side of things, some of the, you know, marketing and outreach, and as well as the graphic design materials like our annual report and some of the flyers and stuff you see. So I work on that as well. But so I don't know, like as we've grown, we've kind of teased out the different responsibilities, and now we actually have like an event organizer, and you know, he just focuses on the river cleanups. And now that we have an education program person, she just focuses on running the education programs. And so that really freed me up from event organizing. So yeah, now I'm doing more of like the administrative stuff, and then kind of have like created that job. And yeah, it's just always like this evolving, you know, we're like a very small organization, but we're doing a lot. We have like a very small staff, and then things crisscross, but eventually like we're kind of teasing it out into separate job descriptions. So yeah.
You said when you first got here there was just 2 guys, right? So I guess like seeing it grow, and also like maybe seeing a bit more like, or like, and seeing like climate activism by like the 4th grade. I don't know if you went to, on Sunday there was like this climate march that was organized by a local 4th grader. I guess like, are you like maybe optimistic that like through like sort of like, you know, nonprofits and like people's grassroots organization that we can maybe make some change actually happen?
Yeah, I think that's why River Relief started, you know, as a river cleanup organization, but it wasn't very long after that we decided like educating, especially kids, was like the key to our like long-term, you know, mission being successful, and people like caring about the environment and the river. So yeah, we've always like wanted to grow that education part of what we do. And so for many, many years, like we never had an education person, but it was always like part of what we did, you know. So yeah, people like a lot of times know us as a river cleanup organization, but education is really like kind of the main thing that we do. So I definitely have faith in the young people. Like they're learning this stuff. Maybe, like the older generation is not aware of the impact that,
Right.
pollution or whatever has had. And so definitely we're like putting our, hope into that generation and trying to educate them so they'll care more about it.
What are some of like the, I guess, largest events that you guys have done?
The Missouri River cleanups are our largest events right now. That's about all we can handle in our boats and stuff. So those are kind of our large, like single day events. But we're also taking the entire fourth grade of Columbia Public Schools out, and so that is a kind of a process. Like we have 3 days in the spring and 3 days in the fall, where we're taking the entire fourth grade out, and then that's over the course of 6 days. So that's kind of like one of our biggest programs. I don't know how many hundreds of, fourth graders that is. Maybe like 1,000 or something.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, getting like every kid out on the river. That's like kind of the goal. And so it's like super ambitious, and it's not always easy working with this river and nature, but it's one of our biggest things we're doing.
Looking to the future, like how would you like to see like the work that you're able to do like transform and grow?
Well, I guess just hoping that the education works so that people will care more, will advocate more for the river, and like protect it. Like nowadays, like today, it seems like money drives everything, and corporations. I don't know. I just see like what we are continuing to do to this river, and there's a lot of policy changes that need to happen. But we're not an advocacy organization, and we're not like telling anybody what they should think or what they should do. We're simply just like educating people on the issues, and then hopefully those people will, stand up and make their voices heard, and eventually, change policies so that we're like doing more to protect the resource.
What would you say to like a college student or like a just Columbia resident who maybe like isn't actively like going out to the river or on the river? Like why should they like also be concerned about preserving the river?
You get your drinking water from the river, like I said earlier, and everything, has an impact on everything. So, if you enjoy eating fish, or if you enjoy drinking water, or if you enjoy wildlife, if you enjoy clean air, I think everything is like connected. So it's, the biggest watershed in our country, the longest river in our country. So it's like, get to know it. It's like really cool, and it's like bigger than you can imagine, and so powerful. Like there's just a ton that you can learn from the Missouri River. So definitely would encourage anybody to like go out, sit on the bank of the river, just like listen to the water, watch the sunset, watch the birds fly by. It's like totally peaceful and beautiful, and it's just a great way to reflect. I would encourage every single person to get out there and do something on the river.